Alright, let's go. Hello everybody, Jade Arrow here once again, and today we have another 1v1 expert match on Arabia, and our first player in the red, playing as the Mayans, is Ultraviolence, and his opponent in the blue, playing as the Britons, is Orangutan. So you can see their ratings, very high rated players, and this is an archer war, Mayans versus the Britons. With these civilizations, I would favor the Mayans, and that's my opinion. And just because I think that the Eagle Warrior is a really strong unit, and if you do Eagle Warrior and Plumed Archer, it's a very strong composition. And Britons, to counter the Eagle Warrior, could go with Cavalier, but they don't get any real bonuses, and they only upgrade to Cavalier. And their archers, they're longbowmen, and if they decide to go Arbalest, would also get destroyed by the Eagle Warriors. Eagle Warrior is one of my favorite units in the game. And Mayans also can go with Halberdier to counter Cavalier that come out. And just take a quick look at the map. For Ultraviolence, he can wall up his flanks quite nicely, but his golds are all forward and all guarded by this hill. So that could be a big problem if he gets pushed back. And if Orangutan gets on this hill, that could be a bit of an issue for him, and he recognizes this, so instead of trying to wall back here, he's going to come forward and wall up right here, which isn't too much of a nuisance for him. There's very conveniently located cliffs here, so he can wall up right there, and also try and wall over on this way, but if he wanted to wall up here, he very easily could. He's got a lot of cliffs working to his advantage here, so he can wall up pretty nice. The biggest problem for him is this right here, but he could just put down like barracks, an archery range, and a couple palisades, and that would take care of that problem. And stones also over there and to the side. And he did get a neutral gold fairly close to home, which is really nice. So he got an okay map. It's not great, but if he walls it up, then it could be pretty nice. And Orangutan, he also got, I think this is his neutral gold, and he also got one out in this corner. So the neutral golds are actually really close to the players here, except for this gold over on these cliffs.
Yes.
And Orangutan saying thank you, just because Ultraviolence is going to be a nice guy and give him his sheep. And I did see that he stole those two, but he's going to be nice and just give them back. And Ultraviolence is also scouted these golds over here on the side. And Orangutan doesn't have a whole lot of options for gold. He can just wall up right here and keep these golds safe. But if it's kind of the same problem for him. If Ultraviolence gets over here with some archers, then these golds could be very easily harassed. But he is going for a dress strategy. He's sending one villager to go get 10 gold. So then he's going to have enough for 3 militia. And he hasn't gotten loom yet, so he might go as many as 5 militia. I don't know. And Ultraviolence doing the same. walling up and bringing out some of his own militia. And he's also seen that Orangutan does not have loom yet, but Orangutan is getting loom now just because he does not want to be caught out by a drush. And Ultraviolence kind of has some strange walling going on here. I guess he thinks that coming out here with his walls are just a bit too aggressive, so he's going to pull back here, which, it works. He's securing this stone on this side, and just kind of leaving these 2 golds out in the open here. And Orangutan is walling up his gold here. He's got 3 on gold, so he's going to be going with archers when he hits feudal age, and he's clicked up and halfway there. And Ultraviolence is a bit farther behind. And he's got the food to click up. He's also got quite a few idols here. So I'm not sure what he's doing with those. Not sure where he's focused. He's probably focused up here with his drush here. But he's going to wall up here, so he's fairly secured. And he's going out here for gold, so he's also going to be going with archers. But he's going to be spotted by this drush and is immediately going to turn around and run away with those villagers. And he's made a makeshift wall here to force any units that come through towards the town center so they can take free damage from the town center fire. But now he can't go out and get this gold. And he could run over here, but that's easily compromisable by any units that come in. And his drush isn't being too effective right now. And he's going to loop around this side, and if he gets into this wood line, it could be more of a nuisance. And yeah, there's the double archery range from Orangutan. He's going to come out with a barracks shortly to get fletching. But just coming out with a couple archers right now just to clean up this drush here. And he's made some makeshift walls, so his wood line's not in a whole lot of danger. And he could clean up all of this whole army here very easily. And the Eagle Scout was the main problem because of its high pierce armor, but Orangutan was kind of distracted there, and Ultraviolence got through the walls. But it's not going to be too much of a problem. He's just going to fight it off and chase these down with some archers. And in the meantime, these men-at-arms are doing a whole lot more damage from Orangutan. He's idled all those villagers and took a bit of HP off, but he's not trying to kill anything. That's not the purpose of a drush. And, oh, look at that. Just walled in that army there, which, I mean, didn't do a whole lot. If he's not paying attention, Orangutan can just bust through the wall, but that's kind of funny. He just walled him in there, and now he can't do anything with it. I mean, the most he could get is that villager over there, which Ultraviolence probably forgot about. But, I mean, small victories. It's always nice. And Orangutan's just going to try and find a way out, but there is no way out. He's stuck. And Ultraviolence is just scouting around with his man-at-arms there. And this wolf's coming out and doing a bit of damage to these archers. Which, any damage taken off before they can do anything is a problem. But that wolf's going to go down. Did take off half HP from that archer. So, double archery range, there's the barracks. Both players have fletching and have the same strategy going, which is expected because they're both archer civilizations. They have skirms and archers. So they're both going for the same strategy and expecting each other to go for the same strategy. And Orangutan could maybe break out. And could also kill these skirmishers. And he's gonna get his scout back in this gate. And oh, he's gonna get his man-at-arms as well. That villager letting these units back into the economy, so they're going to be a bit annoying. And not going to find any villager kills here, but idling those units just for a short time, but any idle time is good idle time for orangutan, not for ultraviolence. But yeah, that's implied. And here's where this hill's going to be a problem, because orangutan has gone forward with his army, and now he has the hill bonus. So ultraviolence is going to be fighting uphill if he wants to get any map presence, and he does have more skirmishers than orangutan has, so he can chase this away even without the hill bonus. And orangutan's just now getting the armor upgrade, so he's a bit behind on the upgrades. But he is walling up this side, so he's ready if ultraviolence comes forward and tries to do any damage. And these cliffs are also kind of unfortunate. They're great for walling, but the archers could just stand on these cliffs and fire down, and also get the cliff bonus, which is the same as the hill bonus for anybody wondering, plus 25% damage attacking downhill, and minus 25 attacking uphill. So these cliffs are both a blessing and a problem for ultraviolence, and not so much for orangutan, just because that cliff's a bit farther back, and he also doesn't have any hills around his base. Like, that's the closest hill there, but it's not going to do anything. So orangutan's pretty lucky with his hill and cliff generation. And ultraviolence is going to come forward. There's not a hole here. And almost finds a Vil pick. Is at 3 HP. He's now going to try and pick it off. And there it goes. So he got one villager. But he's not going to be able to find a way in. Just because orangutan's double walling here. And he's also advancing in the castle age. Orangutan did click up first. Ultraviolence isn't too far behind. But orangutan's going to have an advantage with his techs. Going to hit the castle age and immediately get crossbowmen and vodka arrow. Although he might sub elite skirm for crossbow. Might decide to go with that just because he expects archers from ultraviolence, so he might prioritize the skirmisher upgrade instead. And he's going to try and break through here, but he can't do that very easily. Ultraviolence could do that when he gets to the next stages. If he gets obsidian arrows, then he could break down these houses. But that is not going to be for quite a while, if he even decides to go for that. And ultraviolence is kind of going to be stopped here. He can't really advance because this town center's there, but he's going to be picking off a few archers here. And any archers that are lost before the upgrades come in, it's better for ultraviolence. And ultraviolence is now cooked up to castle age right as orangutan's about to hit it. And ultraviolence has built a tower there, a very smart tower there. It defends his gold, which is very exposed, and offers his villagers a place to jump in. And orangutan is buying, he bought 1,000 food. And I'm not sure what that was for. I think he did that just to get the crossbowman vodka arrow upgrade and also bowsaw. But he bought 1,000 food, and that's a lot. He does have quite a few villagers on gold. But that's a lot of food that he just bought. Used a lot of gold on. And there is going to be a bit of a fight here, and Ultraviolence is going to lose that just because he's out-teched by these crossbow. And there's also an army here. Bit of a fight there. Orangutan is fighting uphill, but he's still has these crossbow, which are much better than this army from Ultraviolence, and he's also getting ballistics, so microing is going to be very difficult. And Ultraviolence is just scouting around with these skirmishers. There's not a whole lot they can do, so he's just going to scout around. And Ultraviolence at this point could decide to go with Eagle Warriors and fight off this army with the Eagles, but he's not deciding to do that. He's instead getting Vodkanero and Elite Skirmisher. So he's not thinking about going with Eagles at the moment. Later on, that could be a really good idea from him against all these archers. And something else to note is that Ultraviolence is on stone, so he's definitely thinking of going with Castle and Plumed Archers in the next stage. And this wood line is being harassed by Orangutan. He can just barely reach over there with his range, and is going to force Ultraviolence to go over to this wood line. You can see what not having ballistics does, and Ultraviolence is getting it right now. That's what happens, is skirmishers can't aim just because they don't have the math to calculate, like where the units are going to be when the spear hits the ground. But yeah, he's going to get it now, so both going to have ballistics. Micro fights aren't going to be that effective with ballistics, and now Orangutan's coming out with Mangonel. And Ultraviolence does not have a siege workshop, so he is not going for Mangonels of any kind. And he's content just to go with his skirmishers, which is acceptable. But once the Mangonel comes out, then it could be a bit more of a problem. And he's going to be fighting uphill, but is going to take out all those crossbow. So, he's taking good fights with his skirms. And he's also pushing this whole army back. So he's taking good fights right now. And this is what snowballs into an advantage, is just the many small fights you take. Now, he needs to be careful here because this Mangonel is coming out, and it's going to get one good shot off, taking out 3, going to get another one, taking out 2 more, also taking a ton of health off these skirms, and that just kind of neutralized the advantage that Ultraviolence had. And Ultraviolence is now going to build his castle. And he's going to put it down right there. That's a bit many vills. It's idling a lot of his economy. I think that's a bit too many villagers to be building that. But he's going to put it right there just to defend this whole side of his economy, which is a good spot for that. And he's probably going to think about building a castle up here later on. But he's got the castle out, and is now going to be coming out with his Plumed Archers. Immediately starts creating those, and he's going to push forward with these skirms just to see what kind of, not so much raiding, but idle time he can cause with those. Just because skirmishers can't really kill villagers that well. They only have 5 attack. And they're only good against archers because of the attack bonus versus archers that they get. But he actually did get 1 vill pick, and could find himself another. Just barely not taking out that villager, but he did get 1 vill pick, which honestly is more than I thought he would get. But here come the Plumed Archers, and he just now built a siege workshop. And it is going to come out with Mangonels now. And a couple good Mangonel shots on these crossbows can be very bad. But he is losing Plumed Archers to these crossbow here. And he's just going to retreat for the time being. He's building a Mangonel now. 2 Mangonels versus 1, and also this army of crossbow. It's quite scary right here. He's going to Mangonel down this tower. And this Mangonel is going to come out at a real good time. If he gets 1 shot off here, that could change it quite a bit. He's going to come out, and no, it's too close. He can't. Oh, that's so unfortunate. gather point was over there, so he couldn't do anything. If he moved it to, like, over there, then that would have been real nice. And could have got a big shot off, but he's going to deny that town center. And now, Ultraviolence has enough stone for another castle. I think he's probably going to place it right around this area somewhere, just because it's a good spot for it. Another Mangonel going to come out, but he's going to keep it safe in there until he gets another Mangonel out. And he's come forward with these skirms and plumes. But there are more Mangonels around, so they're not going to do a whole lot. And yeah, this entire army's just going to go down. And he actually got one Vilpig before that plume bit the dust there. And he's come out with these Mangonels, but they are outranged with the extra range from the Britons, which means 8 range to 7, and Orangutan has advanced to the Imperial Age. And Ultraviolence is not close to the Imperial Age at all, so he's going to have to push full castle. He's going to have to go with Castle Age army here, and he's going to be out-teched. I think he should have teched into Eagles by this point. And if he just massed up Eagles, then he could take down the crossbow and the Mangonels fairly easily. But he's decided not to do that, and I think that's going to come back to bite him soon. Just because when Orangutan gets to the Imperial Age and gets a castle up, which he hasn't decided to do, I'm not sure how much stone he has. He doesn't have any, so Orangutan's not actually going for any longbow. That's what I was trying to say. He's instead just going to go with Arbalists and Siege. Which, I mean, may as well. There's really no good reason not to. And one Mangonel. 2 for 1 there for Orangutan, so good fight from him. And he is fighting downhill. So he's going to have the advantage, but he's going to retreat just because of the amount of skirms that are here. And he's going to lose a couple crossbows, he's retreating. But Ultraviolence has built a castle out here. And it seems like a strange placement to me. I probably would have put it right there, just beyond the cliff, and also to guard that stone. But he put it right there. And Orangutan's got to the Imperial Age. And Ultraviolence not close to the Imperial Age. This entire army's getting cleaned up here, though. So a good small victories for Ultraviolence, but now he's going to be out-teched. And he's got one plume running around just to see what there is. And I could find a few Vilpix if Orangutan's not paying attention. One goes down, and probably a couple more. I'll check back in a minute just to see how much damage they actually do. But now Arbalest is coming in, and Orangutan has a lot of rams here. And he could push that castle with the amount of rams that he has. But he's instead going to go over here with these crossbow. And he's probably going to rush this castle. And once that castle goes down, there's really not anything stopping Orangutan from busting in here. And look, more vills are going down. And Orangutan has just noticed. How many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's at least 9 villagers that have gone down. Just a few. Just a few plumes there. And now Ultraviolence is about 20 vills ahead. And it's gonna find a couple more Vilpix. And this is what happens when you're not paying attention. It doesn't seem like these units could do a whole lot, but obviously they can. And Ultraviolence isn't really paying attention either, but that's about 15 vills that have gone down to 4 plumes. That's crazy value there. And Ultraviolence has now gone up to the Imperial Age. But he is being pushed by this army. And I'm not sure what kind of resources he has. They're not great. this castle is being denied by these plumes. Oh, that's so good for ultraviolence. He's got to target those vills though. Still might go up, but no, look at that. That's got to be at 99%. That's got to be 97. Oh, that's so unfortunate. But it is going to go up eventually. He's going to send more villagers over. But he's lost even more villagers. And that's really bad because now there's a 40 vil lead for ultraviolence. So now he's to the Imperial Age. He's getting pushed by these rams though, which is a problem for him. He's building a castle over here, but if that Mangonel gets a nice big shot there, that could be really huge. And it's instead going to target the rams, which is understandable. It's because that castle is going to go down, and if they don't, it's probably going to go down anyway. That Mangonel did go down in the Arbalest. Now this push is being cleaned up, and Orangutan is going to put a castle there. But here's where the issue comes in for Orangutan. Is he's teched into these Arbalests and Siege. And if Ultraviolence goes for Eagles, which I really think he should do in this situation, he's got a pretty impressive Vil lead. It's dropped a bit, but he's still about 30 almost ahead. So he can definitely afford to go with Eagles, and against this army composition from Orangutan, it'd be so effective. There's not really a whole lot that Orangutan can do to stop this. So I think Eagles would definitely be a great idea for him. And his raiding has been very effective this game. And he's getting that castle trip down. That's impressive how that trip can reach that castle. But it does have the hill bonus on this castle, so it's going to do quite a bit of damage, and he's probably going to lose it. He's coming forward with these plumes just to try and stop that. But here come the rams as well, which is really going to be where the problem comes in. Because the amount of plumes, these rams are just going to be great tanks against the plumes. And it does look like Ultraviolence is going to lose that castle after probably a couple more shots. And these rams are coming in. The rams could take out the Treb as well. So, the castle goes down. That Treb could go down to the rams. And it looks like it probably will. And yeah, there it goes. So, lost a castle there. That's not the best for Ultraviolence. But he's gone full into these plumes. And I really think he should go with Eagles. Like, I can't really stress that enough. Eagles would be so good in this situation. And it's not like he can't afford it. He's got the gold. He's got the food. He just doesn't feel like going for it. Which I think is a mistake. He really should consider doing that. But I guess he just doesn't feel like doing it. It seems he has the control in this game. And he really does. He's got a military lead and he's got the Vil lead. But against these skirmishers, these plumes will be killed off. So he's going to come in just to try and raid. But he's going to find himself trapped here. He's going to have to break down these walls just to escape. But he's going to take a fight here, which is not the best fight. Yeah, there's only a few skirms, but they're so effective against plumes. And Ultraviolence is just now getting Plumed Archer, or Elite Plumed Archer, so now these things are going to be even stronger. And Ultraviolence does have the Mangonels to defend from any skirms that come in. But I really think you should go with Eagles. Just, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't. Like, now he doesn't have the gold for it just because he spent it on the elite plumed upgrade. but it's really a good idea from him. It would take out the army comp from orangutan and could do some serious raiding into orangutan's base. And now the Vil number has evened out again. So, Ultraviolence could probably consider going with Onager. And he's going to be attacking these Vils. I don't think he's going to be able to deny this castle. But he's going to kill quite a few Vils here. And actually, Orangutan's going to run away. And I think that's a big mistake from him. He could have been able to finish that castle. But that castle's getting denied. Another one. It's going to be denied by Ultraviolence, and it's actually going to go down. And Ultraviolence is going to win. He's going to lose. He's going to lose his main mounts, sure. And his capture arms aren't quite tanky, but with the amount of plumes that are here, and we'll be able to take out these rams, and Orangutan's gonna lose that castle to his Trev and the ram. And Orangutan's getting Warwolf now, so his I'm trying to remember. That's the one that makes boy, why can't I remember this right now? I think Warwolf is the one that gives all your archers range. Oh no, that's the other one. Okay, yeah, Warwolf gives your trebuchets blast radius and 100% accuracy. Yeah, that's right. That's not what it was. I can remember. I don't know. But his trebuchets are going to be a lot more accurate, so he's going to win the Trev Wars. But that's only if he has castles to produce Trebs. And I think he only has that one right there. Oops, Montclair. I think that's his only castle. Yeah, he's just got those two. And that one is going to go down to these rams and the Trebs on this hill. And Ultraviolence is now buying stone. He's going to put down another castle. And I'm not sure where he put it. But Ultraviolence has quite a few castles. So he can produce plumes all day. And Orangutan is now going with Lycav. He doesn't really have the gold to be able to do much else. There's that gold out there, which he does see, but he can't get to. And that gold up there has been taken by Ultraviolence. And there's no more gold out here for Orangutan, so he's really forced to go into Lycav and Serms. And his siege are just being taken down by the amount of plumes here. Look how many there are. They can just pretty much mow down everything that comes forward. There's quite a few skirms there, but he's just not to fight them. He could do quite a bit of damage if he just fought with these skirms, but he's just deciding to run through the battlefield, I guess. So we've seen no eagles from Ultraviolence this game, and he hasn't needed it. He's pushing just fine with the army he has, but I think eagles would have ended this game a long time ago. And now Ultraviolence is getting Eldorado. So he's going to have plus 40 HP on his eagles. He's also getting scale mail, so now he's going to be adding eagles. But it's a bit late for that. I don't think it's going to be needed. And he did sneak in here with a few archers, a few plumes. He's going to be doing some serious raiding with them, as we saw earlier. He just split up his forces and killed a lot of villagers. He's going to come stand out here, and he's going to pick off quite a few of them. And now the Eagle Warrior upgrade is coming in for Ultraviolence, so he's going to come out with these eagles. And I don't know how many barracks he has, and it doesn't seem like he has any, which is weird. I know he does, and I just can't seem to find it. but it doesn't matter. There's just going to be the GG from Orangutan. So he's just going to call it right there. And yeah, he's just going to resign. So it really was only a matter of time. This army pushed in, and he couldn't stop it. He had no gold. He couldn't do anything. And yeah, Eagles would have ended it a long time ago. And yeah, here's the barracks, just coming in. But that was a good match. I think Orangutan just fell behind in the army composition, and also these raids were doing a lot of damage. A bunch of vills went down there. But well done from these guys. And that's going to be it for this video. And thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you amazing people, and I'll see you all in the next video.